Yes, Akka.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's so good to see all of you here. I know this book is, it's very difficult to read on your own, but when you are discussing in a group, I think it becomes easier. Okay, so today we are going to cover chapter 3, Overcoming Your Body. So, what he says is, Dispenza says that no one thinks in a vacuum. Every time when you think, some kind of chemical reaction is happening in your body, and and you are feeling exactly the way that you are thinking. So that's how you he started off this topic this sorry this chapter. Okay, so now we'll go to our discussion. Let me look at the questions. I hope you all have prepared. Was the questions difficult or easy? Anyone?
Good evening, Tila ma'am.
Yes, Aishana.
This is Asha here. I don't know if you remember me. Long time ago, I was
Yes, I do
in the
remember.
group.
I do remember you.
Yeah,
So, did you get the question, Sasha?
I did, but honestly, I have to tell you that I've not didn't get a chance to open the book. This is the first time I've opened the book today
Uh-huh.
morning. So I really am. I don't know what's happening. So I don't know. I think chapter 3 means we've spent quite a while in this book, right? So
Yeah.
by next session, I think I should have some idea about this.
Okay. Okay, no worries. You just observe how the question and answer is going on. I'm sure you will be able to answer next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
sure.
joining us, Sasha.
Thank you.
Okay. Question number 1. What do you understand about state of being? Who would like to take this question? Anyone? If not, I will start calling the names. I sound like a teacher, yeah? Kalia, would you like to take this question?
Yeah,
Akka, I
can
would
Yes,
can
please.
can.
Please, ma.
Okay. A state of being is the process of continuously thinking and thinking in the same way over a long period of time that it becomes our self identity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if this goes on for many years, this identity become as our memorized state of being. So we can say that I'm an anxious person, or I'm a miserable person, or my life is miserable. So this is because of we have gone through this feeling over a long period of time,
Mm-hmm.
and so we have accepted it, and that is how we identify ourselves as such.
Thank you, ma. Thank you for the clear explanation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, da. Okay, let's go to the second question. What is the most important aspect of change? I think right below the paragraph you have said that. What is the most important aspect of change?
Willingness to change, Akka.
Willingness to change.
First, we should identify there is something to change
Mm-hmm.
and the willingness to change.
Okay, thank you, ma. I'm looking for another answer. Another answer. Anyone?
Hi,
Hi, Akka.
Hi,
Oh,
Shida.
hi. Is to think greater than how we feel.
Yes, that is the most important aspect of change and willingness to change. I agree with you. If we don't want to change, nothing will happen. But how do we change? We have to think greater than how we feel. Okay. So the third question is, why is it so hard to change? I think this is got to do this answer is connected to the first question, the state of being. So if you can connect the link, the dot, you will get the answer.
This is because we have repeated the same thoughts and feelings for many years.
Mm-hmm.
So our body has conditioned to remember and feel the suffering
Mm-hmm.
without much conscious thought. So subconsciously, we have accepted the suffering. So that
Yeah.
is why it's very hard to change.
And yes, and this question also related to the fourth question. The answer also related to question. What is habit as explained by Dr. Joe Dispenza? So now we are constantly thinking about same thing. We're not willing to change. Yeah, it's so difficult for us to change. So what happens? What are we creating in ourselves? Question number 4. What is habit?
Repeating the
Saraswati,
same thing at the
sorry.
same time in the
Uh,
same way becomes a habit.
Come again, Abita.
Doing the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
same time. Example, morning every day, 8 o'clock. I'm in a hurry to get ready to the office. Every day I'll be like that only.
Yes.
If the clock hits 8 o'clock, my pressure will go up.
Yeah. Agree.
Same
Yeah.
way, if we are doing something good, like we are attending every Tuesday book club, it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a habit. It's a good habit.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever we do consistently in a particular time, in a particular way, it becomes a habit.
Yes. So when the body remembers better than the conscious mind, that is when the body is the mind. And that is called habit. Okay. Then question number 5. Often we only appear to be awake. What is your understanding of this phrase?
Okay, here
Mm-hmm.
where we are able to perform some physical activities subconsciously. For example,
Mm-hmm.
we can sit and drive the car, and we don't have to consciously think, okay, I'm pressing, this is the brake, this is where the brake is, this is where the accelerator is. Our leg knows how to perform that function without we being aware because we have done it so many times.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Kalia, you
This
finished?
has happened.
Yeah,
This has
I'm done.
happened for me too.
Okay. Thank you, dear. Thank you. So there are a lot of things that we do subconsciously. Even we go to the bathroom, taking a bath, taking a shower. We do it subconsciously. We just go in and come out, right? The same thing happens when you're cooking. I know. We're just cutting the vegetable and putting everything together, and then subconsciously we are doing it. But I know in spiritual way they said always be mindful of the things that we're doing. That is something that we have to look into. Okay. Abita, you were saying something. Would you like to continue?
Yes, Eka. This has
Mm-hmm.
happened for me, like what she was talking about driving a car. Sometimes I'll immerse myself in some thought, but
Mm-hmm.
but only after crossing that space, I'll realize, oh my God, without even knowing I've crossed the signal, I've crossed this area, I've reached that place.
Yeah, it happens, yeah.
Subconsciously, I used to drive many times.
Yeah, I think a lot of things, a lot of things. I think he says 95% of our work is done subconsciously. Okay, so a lot of things that we are doing it subconsciously. And question number 5, not number 5, number 6. This is something that I want you all to share. Identify a habit that you want to change. I will start with myself. Okay, what I always get up. Normally, I get up about 8 something. Sorry, yeah, 7 o'clock. Then I sit for meditation, and there's a India meditation that I sit until 9:30. And after the meditation, I always tell myself that I must go for a walk. But because my body is so, the thinking and the gene, not gene, the emotional feeling that I have, everything, and after the 9:30 session, I just thought to myself, okay, I'll go tomorrow, and that is the habit that I want to change. I want right after the meditation, I want to go for a walk. But because I've been conditioned for not going anywhere because I don't want to do something that is different, and I think my body is liking, the thoughts, and the emotional feeling that I have, and it's so complacent. It doesn't want to change. So that is the habit that I want to change. Starting tomorrow, I'm going for a walk at 9:30 a.m. Okay, that's my habit. Okay, now who would like to share? Hi, Deep.
Hello. Sorry.
You are back. Good to see
Yeah,
you.
managed to finish by the time.
Would you like to share a habit that you want to change?
Habit that I want to change.
Mm.
Seriously, I get very emotion. I don't know like habit or what lah. But I have a trigger point where my son does something and it triggers me automatically. Okay, this is how I'm supposed to react. This is how I'm supposed to feel. But now
Mm-hmm.
when I come to awareness, come to know about it, I'm trying not to, but
Mm-hmm.
it will give me a bodily pain. I'll have headaches. I'm fighting like the fighting it,
Mm-hmm.
trying, but don't know like I don't know it's a habit or what. But it's just the moment my son starts to talk and I have the headache. I don't know
Yeah.
it's called habit or what.
I think it is your body reacting towards it. I'll just explain something that happened last weekend. My daughter was supposed to go to work on a Saturday. Saturday normally she doesn't work, but her manager asked her to come, and she had this thought, "Amma, I don't want to go to work." Right after half an hour after saying that, her body reacted to us to what she was telling. She suddenly had a sprain in her back. She couldn't walk. And I was just telling you, see, you were thinking of not going to work, and the body is actually telling you not to go to work. See how fast the chemical reaction is happening in the body. The moment you think about it, there's some kind of chemical that is created, and it's stopping you from doing the thing that you don't want to do. Okay, so I think that's what's happening to you, Deep. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, understand.
Okay, so I think we need to do for to overcome this. Yeah, it's not easy. To overcome this, we need to do lots of meditation, lots of understanding how the chemical in the body is happening through this. This chapter is actually talking about how the chemical reaction is creating the feelings in our body. So that'll be interesting. It is actually interesting chapter. I think you all should reread. And this is the reason I share this in a different group. I said, if you want to do something different, but the chemical reaction in your body is stopping you from doing that. If you can understand that, then you have to think. You have to have a greater thinking about that. Okay, Asha, would you like to share?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I think my breaking habit is also something similar to what the previous Master Deep told, that
Mhm.
I'm with great effort, I'm trying, especially after coming to meditation and everything, to change the habit of reacting. Like I have this, like, I think it's a typical women thing, or I don't know what it is, but the moment somebody says something, I mean, on the spur of the moment, I react. So am very hard. It's a tough habit to change, because I've been trying to stop reacting, to shift it to responding than to reacting. So
Mhm.
I pause now. Whenever somebody says something, I just tell myself, wait for a few seconds, let them complete the sentence and think for a few seconds. And then if you want to tell something, you tell, otherwise just keep quiet. There's no harm in keeping quiet. So I tell myself that all the time, because I'm like, my emotions are like really wild most of the times. So now I think I'm little bit I've managed. I'm not
Yeah,
yet there, but I'm in the process.
great. That's good. It takes a
So
lot of practice, right, Asha?
yeah,
Lots of practice, lots of patience, lot
yeah,
of
patience.
understanding,
Yes,
lots of
patience.
understanding and why you shouldn't react. There are.
Yeah,
It's not a. I think it's yeah. As you say, it's a women thing. I think we all react faster than the guys. Whenever we
yeah,
talk to gentlemen or any guy, they
yeah,
don't react to anything that we say,
yeah.
right? Ah.
That's true. I mean, they'll be calm. Actually, they'll
Hmm.
ultimately get what they want. But but I think I just blurt it out everything, and finally it's like I'm standing with nothing in my hands.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Saras, would you like to share? Saras, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Good to hear your voice
Um,
again.
good to be in the group. Um, so what I'm also, as everyone else, want to change a couple of things. The most important thing is, like Asha was just sharing, respond and not react. And all of us find it very difficult. And I was reading in another book, the reason why we find it very difficult is for all these years, we've been thinking only about the external points of our life. So all these years, we have a temper, we react, and not respond, and it's a very difficult process because, like for example, what happens is all these emotions that is already built in us, it all pops up before we even react. So, like for example, if we let's say we had a bad experience, an accident or like a road rage, and if whenever you see that same kind of car, let's say it was a blue color maybe or something like that, it builds in us. So in our daily life, what I realize is all these things are inside us, is just waiting to come up. And on a day that I'm upset about something, the inside of me, which is another person, right? Somebody is always having a conversation with us. Our own mind is all giving us all this feedback. All of us have this. That is that our mind that speaks to us the whole time. It's like a constant chatter.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need to shut that down first, to be mindful of how I want to change. So that is the first step, that is to stop any reaction. That's how I feel like how I can help myself. So
Mhm.
number one is to let go of what has already happened, because all of us notice, right, when we are upset, we are angry with someone, we are frustrated, on that day the chatter is so much with ourselves. I'm so pissed off with this person, oh my god, he's horrible or she's horrible. Or we have road rage or office, spouse, children, all these things. So what I'm trying to do is to let go of the past, shut down my inner self, that's me talking to me constantly, which is actually very annoying.
Mhm.
And then um, make that reaction to the current situation, be mindful of. So clearly, what I'm trying to say is clear our internal first and then deal with our external problems. So it should come from inside out.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We have to clear the internal problems before we can we can take anything that comes from external. Okay. Today we were talking. I was talking to a great master actually, and he said, if you can look at another person as part of you, then you will not have any problems, any anger, any emotion to direct at him or her. Okay? If I see it, for example, suppose I see you and I see that you are part of me. If you are part of me, how can I get angry with myself? So that thought we have to instill in our mind, and it is what they call oneness in meditation, in spirituality. If you can see everybody as the same consciousness level as you are, then we won't have any issues. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
something yes. Saris, were you talking?
Uh, yes, Akka, that's one thing. Like
Uh-huh.
to see, you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
To to see as oneness. And another way is when we talk, problem arises because it goes both ways. So we have all our old baggages that we need to clear, and like, because like in this book too, right? How the neuropeptides are already there. So all of us are past like 35 and above, I believe.
Yeah.
So we have all this built up, right? So it comes back. So when we see the person, like sometimes you have problems in relationships. It can be a work. We are already building ourselves. Oh my God, I'm going to go see this person. So you're already so wired, like in a very negative way. So what the book also says is speak to someone like you're talking to someone that you like or someone you respect.
Yes.
So you see, like the way we react and respond to external factors is also very different, right?
Yes.
We actually were self-critic, but then when we have someone else and how we talk, because this is already built up, it's become a habit. Like the body remembers, right? How we reacted. Like, for example, as I was reading this book, the thing that came to my mind was like in school, right? I think all of us here took SPM and things like that. So we were conditioned ourselves to write and write and write, to memorize and reproduce. Was that a mindful thing? I don't know if anyone remembers all those things now, because it was not mindful. The
Yes.
body conditioned our body to remember those things, and we just reproduce that because we wanted those results. So, but in life, we can't do that, because then it becomes a habit. The body is now our mind. Our mind is almost becoming useless. That's why we are able to drive without knowing where we are going, or cooking without don't know what we are
Yeah.
cooking.
Yes.
Yeah, because we have been conditioned to become like that over the years. So to change that, that's what we are saying. We think greater means not only the thought. We cannot just sit there and think, oh, I'm going to think greater in a sense like, oh, I want to lose, 5 pounds, but I'm not going to think that doesn't work like that. So now the body is just a mind of our own. So the mind is actually not thinking. It has become useless. That's why we react in a very negative way when things, external factors comes in. So that's what I'm trying to say. We have conditioned in this way. It's like a puppy, like we train them, right? They don't have their own mind. So we what we have become over the years. So now we want to reverse that and think greater means not, we cannot just say, oh, I want to think positive and be positive. We have to make change. So when thinking positive alone is not good. A lot of people who say I think positive have a lot of negative thoughts inside, which is eating them. So
It
that's what I
doesn't go
feel.
here. Yeah, I agree with you. So that is the reason. Another reason I would like to talk to you is regarding meditation. When we do
Yes.
meditate, what is happening is a lot of clearing is happening in our subconscious mind. So when you sit down and you have a lot of thoughts, this is told to me by one master, Master Ayappa, I think you all know. He was telling that all the thoughts that you are getting is actually, it's all the rubbish, he says, from your subconscious mind. So just let it come, let it come. So a lot of people complain, when I sit down for meditation, I cannot be thoughtless. It doesn't happen that way. First, you have to clean the barrel. So the barrel is this body. The body has a lot of thoughts, a lot of suppressed emotion, a lot of memories, a lot of feelings, that has been suppressed. And a lot of genes also that have been changed because of the chemical reaction out of our thinking. So when we sit down in meditation, little by little this thing happens. I just want to share an experience with all of you. As I was doing, there was a 3 hour meditation that the IFA was doing for 21 days, and I was doing one season with it. And after doing this meditation, I felt very sad, very angry, very upset. Emotionally, I was so bad. I do everything I look at, I get angry. Every person I see, I get angry. Everything I do, I start crying, starting feeling anger, sadness, and all those things. And I asked him, why am I feeling like this? And this is what he said. He said, your subconscious mind is clearing everything from your body. So meditation is very, very important. You all agree with that? Abhi? Abhita?
Yes,
Uh,
yes, Stella ma'am.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Nalis, I would like to call upon Nalis.
Hi. Okay, my bad habit that I would like to change is not drinking enough water. Hardly drink water, and my skin is really dry and things like that. I've been told by the doctor to take, but I don't seem to be creating that good habit. Still falling back on my bad habit.
Yeah. So everywhere you go, please carry a bottle. Okay.
Yes,
I want to share another experience also.
yes, will do, will
My
do. Thank
daughter hardly drinks water, and she ended up with being anemic. And I don't know what is the reaction with drinking water and anemic. I think because if you drink water, the blood will flow properly. So that the blood flow was not happening, and she was heavily bleeding somehow. So because of that, she ended up being an anemic and being admitted in the hospital. So the first thing the father told her is make sure you drink lots of water. And now she has bought a few bottles. Wherever she goes, she carry the bottles. So Nalis, you can do that. Wherever you go, carry a bottle.
I do carry the water, but I don't drink the water. So that's a problem. So
Okay.
faithfully, I'll carry the bottle, but
You got to
drinking
change.
water from the bottle is the thing that I'm still not conscious enough to do that.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay, question number 7. Our thoughts and our feelings are working against each other. And if the body becomes the mind, we will always fall prey to how we feel. Share your life experiences, if any, based on this statement. Anybody wants to share? I think Saras shared something based on this. Anybody wants to share? Our thoughts and our feelings are working against each other. And if the body becomes the mind, it will always fall prey to how we feel. Okay? Anybody wants to share any experience, your personal experience? If there's no one, then I'll share mine. Okay, before I came into meditation, I was looking at I had this question, why me, why me, why me, you know? And that question, I started being in a victim state until I understood, you know, why is this happening to me? And okay, even if I don't want to think, because I've been thinking about it for a long time, like let's say for past 10 years, I always think, why me, why me, why me? The thing has been conditioned in my body. Every single moment, I wake up thinking about that. When I wake up thinking about that, the chemical reaction was happening in my body and giving me lots of booster to think the same way. So I only could come up from this whiny victim feeling when I came into meditation. The first meditation and the first book that I read was Your Soul Plan. That soul plan completely changed the way that I was thinking. Not only that, Ayappa always said, why not you? You know, he asked, why not you? The experiences are happening to you because you chose to be born into this world so that you will go through the experiences. If you don't want to go through the experiences, then you wouldn't be in this world. So it was my choice to be here, my choice to have these experiences. And why am I blaming anybody? That realization gave me, I could break away from that habit. When I could break away, and then my body stop creating that kind of chemicals, and I start being sad. Okay. Anyone else want to share their experience? Saras?
Do you call me Akka?
Yeah, I did. Would you like to share your experience?
Um,
No,
my
no,
my meditation experience.
no.
Is that
Where
what?
our thoughts and our feelings are working against us, and the
Yeah,
body becomes right. Yeah, when we are, when we are in a situation that we don't want to come out of.
yeah. It's just like what I said, right? Because we have taken this many years to keep reinforcing our habits, which is actually the body.
Mm-hmm.
Then when we want to change, what happens is the body is so comfortable with what we were,
Yes.
right? Like when you mentioned, right, you want to get up and go for a walk, but then you are like, oh no, not today,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go. Because the body is telling us, well, the mind actually is telling
Mm.
at that, like, hey, you have been so comfortable at home, why you're going now,
Yeah.
right? These are all the thoughts that comes to us. Oh, today is so hot, we'll go tomorrow. Because there is like a miscommunication between the habit, which is our physical body, and the mind,
Yeah.
because we are not giving preference for the mind. The mind is the state of at the moment, so we don't want that because it's uncomfortable, right? Like
Yeah.
to get up and go, it's the same for me as well. So it's
Yeah.
very uncomfortable. So like book club, or should I just go start work, or should I come for book club? There's always like a tug of war because
I'm
because
happy that it shows us.
yeah, it because it has, that's what we have done to ourselves actually, because we didn't have that exposure.
Mm.
So by meditating, like, and you, like we all know, like you said, right, like someone, all these emotions come out when we meditate, which
Mm.
means we're actually burning all those emotions, which is a great thing because it only happens during meditation. So
Yes.
we burn all those things, we have a clearer mind. That's why, so when people who just beginning to meditate or who are not meditators,
Mm.
they ask me like, how do you, what does meditation do? How is this going to help? When I
Mm-hmm.
tell my friends, hey, meditate and this should help, even my own children, I tell them meditate and this will help.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, how is meditation going to help? Meditation is going to help because, like you said, it was the same for me when I started meditating initially. All
Mm.
those pent up emotions came out. I was crying, I was happy, there was a deep sorrow, there was depression, everything. Because all those has been there for 40 some years in our body. So now we are burning all that. That's why I say when meditation happens, you start with a clean slate.
Yeah.
So meditation helps with our body so that when we want to do something, all of us want to do something good for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no way we can blame our genes or some, a lot of us like Indians, we say, oh, we are predisposed for diabetes and blood pressure. No, that,
Yeah.
that is part of it. It is part
Uh-huh.
of it, but there's really nothing that is genetically been stamped in ourselves. Oh, every Indian has diabetes and blood pressure, right, Akka? We feel like that, right?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
But
You actually
not
answered the question number 9 already.
that's what we feel. We feel like, oh, we are predisposed. That's because of our habits. I mean, if we're going to continue what we are doing, of course
Mhm.
we are but that is not internally.
Yeah.
And this is not something that I'm saying. This is a proven thing. There's like maybe 5 diseases which is very rare in the world, which
Mhm.
is there. So So it's how we want to set the tone for our own future.
Yeah.
So meditation is a good start, and then we won't have this tug of war in our. We are all here, right? Whoever is here in this book. So we made a decision. So I'm sure it was not easy for everybody to come get online at 9 o'clock, but we made the decision. So that's a good decision already. So we just have to keep doing that, this uncomfortable thing, to be comfortable later.
Be comfortable, yes.
That-
To
that's what
understand
I.
yourself better. Yes, thank you so much, Alice. Okay,
Sure.
talking about the genes,
Yeah.
do you still believe your genes create a disease? I think you've already answered that. The thing is, whenever we go to meet a doctor, the first thing they ask is, anybody in your family has any problem? And then they will say, got diabetic, got this cancer, and all those things. Actually, I think we all should avoid, not to say avoid, should stop telling them if they ask you this question, anyone in your family is diabetic? They say no, not. I don't think I know of anyone. Something like that, So
Yeah.
when you do that, when you do
Well,
that,
the,
because
the, the thing is, Akka, the doctors are not have not read all these books, right? They have
yeah,
read only the books, so you can't blame them. Yeah, but you can
yeah,
choose how to answer. Yeah,
agree.
definitely.
Because I know I've been doing a lot of research on this Illuminati kind of thing. I don't know whether you guys know not how the whole world is controlled by a certain number of people
Yeah,
creating fear in us. And one
yeah,
of because when they create fear in us, when they say you are going to get diabetic, they can start selling their medicine very
yeah,
easily.
yep,
Diabetic is the huge business. It's a
yes,
billion-dollar business. If we
it
can
is.
if we can understand that, we won't tell anybody that no one in the family is having diabetes.
But it doctors are trained a different way. They are not trained by reading books that we are reading, right? Like Soul's Plan and Breaking the Way You Are and all these things. So, well, that is their job. So we can choose how we want to lead our life, and we can choose our answers towards
Yeah,
the doctors. That's what I
yeah,
feel.
yeah. Agree. So we can actually tell whatever you just remember this. You are born with the genes that change according to your environment, according to your thoughts, according to your feelings. Remember that? Then if you when you understand this concept, nothing will affect you. If they say that you are going to get cancer because your mother has that cancer, you can always reprogram yourself. Say no, that is not going to happen to me because my genes are different. If I might have inherited the genes, some program into it, but my genes are capable of thinking on their own. They will change according to the environment. They will change according to the way I think, to the way I feel, and I am able to heal myself through this, through the way that I think, through the way I feel. If you can program yourself that nothing outside will affect you, and you are paying so much attention internally through meditation, through talking with us, through swadhyaya, through book readings, then you're gonna have the best life in this earth. Okay, guys. So let's come to the last question. When there's no changes in your thoughts, feelings, and environment, how can you recreate new genes? I'm going to call on Alice.
The answer is for me is no, because when you don't change anything, then very simply, what I understand is you can't really change anything if you don't change your thoughts, your feelings, things like that, how you approach things.
Alice, I'm really sorry. I couldn't hear you just now. Can you repeat?
Oh, okay. My personal opinion is that if we don't change our thoughts and feelings,
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely not a way to change our genes, lah. Because
Yeah.
the thoughts and feelings are already the basic thing, and you can't even change that. Then don't
Okay.
even go near genes, lah.
Okay, understand. Thank you. Thank you, Alice. Thank you for sharing. Anyone wants to add on to that question, to that answer? How can you change your genes?
I want to try
Yes, Dave, please.
by thinking of the future experience before we experience it, but we are already thinking it, so that our inner will get reprogrammed to the future, but we are in the present. I don't know how to tell it.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're there, Dave. So, what kind of feelings should you have to reprogram the genes?
that means your thoughts change your behavior, attitude, your desire. I don't know, maybe something like that. The intention.
Okay, your thoughts and feeling must be of joy and gratitude.
Yes,
Joy
gratitude,
and
correct.
gratitude. When you have joy and gratitude, you can change your genes. Okay. So I think he has given an example where a group of diabetics were taken and given was group of two group. I think a two group of the diabetics in Japan. They were both of them were taking insulin, and they were shown. One was shown a comedy, another was shown another boring program. After the comedy, they found out that insulin level has actually decreased in their body. Those people were laughing because their gene has changed. I mean, the chemical reaction in the body changed. Whereas the one who was watching the boring documentary, there was no changes. Okay. So, if when you have joy and gratitude in your life, a lot of things will happen. Okay. And I was reading one book that there was one guy who had a sickness that he could not cure. Even the doctor said, I can't help you. So what he did was he was watching um, Charlie Chaplin comedy throughout the day and evening and night with his friends, laughing and laughing and laughing, and he healed himself. So all these are stories that you can read up, or you can watch in YouTube, and all of things. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you everyone for sharing your thoughts on this. And I think this chapter is very, very important because it tells us how the chemical reaction happens in our body. When we understand this, when we understand, and we have to apply that knowledge in our life. Okay, when we understand that when you are feeling sad, your body is going to create a chemical that will wallow in the sadness. So when you understand that, you will immediately change the way you think. So you will think of joy and gratitude. Joy and gratitude is the only way to change your chemicals in your body. Agree?
Yeah,
Agree.
definitely.
Yes,
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you everyone. Okay,
Yeah.
what is your take from this chapter 3? I would like to go one by one. I like to start with Kalia.
This chapter tells us that we should stop thinking negative or feeling negative if we want to improve how we feel in the future.
Thank you, Kalia. I think Sarah have shared enough. I'll ask Sheila.
Sorry. Okay. My take is the mental rehearsal, the two examples they gave, even the earlier chapter, the piano, this one is the lifting the finger. So
Yeah.
actually, I was trying. I know, like people were talking about, we say positive thinking alone is not going to help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it has to positive thinking with that some feelings we put in, like how he was telling about mental rehearsal. Because
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm telling you, past 1 week I've been doing this experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm overweight and I'm doing I'm not going for any exercise, but morning when I get up, I will normally will at least for half an hour, I'll be like rehearsing, mentally rehearsing. I'm jogging and doing sit up and monkey bar, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
What I realized is the second day I was having so much of pain.
Oh.
That just a rehearsal. Okay, I was see in school days, in college, I was an athlete, so I know how much of exercise I have done. You see, so
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is, I think we have to change our belief system. Saying without doing anything, you just rehearse. Will it work? It does. I don't have any excuses to give. Okay, I have done this one, maybe because of that I'm having back pain. When you do sit up, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like really rehearsing how I'm doing my sit up, and I'm having lower back pain. And the running, and it's like I'm running like 400 meters for 6 laps,
Mm-hmm.
and I can feel my thighs are so heavy. And since I started to do the first 2 3 days, it was like that, and then it eased, the pain has eased. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what happens, when you start. Suddenly, when you start your exercise, you feel so heavy, and you have
Mm-hmm.
all soreness. But then after that, slowly it will subside as you continue.
Mm-hmm.
And to be frank, I'm feeling the same thing now. Actually, I'm feeling lighter, even though I don't know how long I will continue with that. That's the habit that I need to change. I'm not consistent, you see, but I really felt that this mental rehearsal thing, that I think it's something there that we should really look into that.
Yeah, Sheila, you're absolutely correct because he did a lot of research. I think he talked about the piano and he talked about the splitting the finger, right? But
Right.
here we were talking about it last week without taking into effect the time spent. Here they were spending 1 hour doing the exercise on a daily basis. Whereas we think about it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and we forget. That doesn't work. So what
No, no,
is the
just exactly. I
uh,
agree. Just thinking without, you see, when you do something, you have to mentally rehearse, right? It means
yes.
you are doing it, and you have that feeling when you do the monkey bar, you feel the pain on your elbow,
Yeah.
so on your arm and all those things. So, okay, yeah, I don't know. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
know, Sheila, I agree with you because you are the one who doing it and telling us that actually works. And I trust you because according to the research, it works. Okay? So keep doing it, Sheila. Keep doing it and share with us about your experiences later. Okay?
yeah, sure.
Uh, okay. Asha, would you like to share if you have read the book on chapter 3?
Honestly, I've not read the book, which I'm going to start from tomorrow. But
Okay.
out of the discussion, what I just heard from each one of you, I honestly, what I get from the past 45 minutes or 30 minutes that we discussed is mainly this chapter. I believe it focuses on the change and the habits that both body and mind has gotten used to.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now with all the past 10 minutes, what I heard from everybody, the reprogramming technique, right?
Yeah.
Reformatting your brain. So, I think all of us have done this in a different levels, at different, whenever we want something so badly in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have tried, but like just the ma'am who spoke just now, she mentioned the consistency part.
Yeah.
So this works for both positive as well as negative. So I
Yes.
think if we are more consistent towards what we want positively to be changed in our lives,
Mm-hmm.
I think that will be more helpful and useful to ourselves and also from the society around us or the universe, you can say, because
Yes.
what we give is what that
But we,
vibrates, right?
yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I make sense, but
Yeah, you do
this
make
is
sense. You do make sense.
just the summary what I got from the past few, I mean, in this session.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ashalji, for
Thank you.
sharing your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think Rajesh ji, Zoom user.
Yes,
Yes, Guruji, you want to say anything?
yeah, but I gain from the discussion is that we can change anything we like to change, we can get anything we like to get by consistently doing it, by repeatedly doing it. It's not like we do it for 1 2 days and then say, oh, it's not working, just drop it. So we will get the results by doing it again and again and again, and we should not give it up, whatever we do.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you for sharing
Thank you.
your thoughts on this one.
Thank you.
Nalis?
Yeah. Based on everybody's feedback and all that, I believe the consistency is, I think, a key thing in breaking our thinking pattern, our old pattern of thinking. Okay. So we have to try consciously to break that habit, to create new ways of thinking, and that new ways, I think, will going according to his chapter, Dr. Joe. That will help to recreate the genes.
Yeah.
So that's what my take is on this chapter, because that, I think, is the most meaningful part for me. That you can, because we are always led to believe that our genes are all like set in stone kind of situation. So it's an eye opener to me, that actually that you can, and you're capable as an individual to change or recreate your genes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Okay, Deep.
Just a quick one. My take would be we have to start young. We have to start by preparing our kids, because 5% is conscious mind, 95% is subconscious mind. By the time we are 35, we memorize. So start with our kids. Start with our kids.
Okay. Okay, Deep. As long as you don't pressure him. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you, Tila
Thank
ma'am.
you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Bye, everybody.
We'll meet up next week at the same time. Okay.
Sure.
And please read chapter 4, and I will share my questions as soon as possible.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deep.
Sheila.
Thank you, Deep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nalis. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Rajesh ji.
Thank you so much.
Dhanyavad.
Dhanyawad.
Tilaka, if can, the question earlier a bit, so homework a bit earlier. Homework
Okay.
last minute susah.
Yeah, no. Last week was a bit susah. I mean, I had a challenging week. Okay.
After that, I saw semua 3 more additional. Alamak, tak sempat.
I tell you, you are a very good student. Enjoying the questions that I'm giving you.
Cracking my head. Some cannot get lah. I say, okay, pass. Cannot.
Okay. Okay, Deep. Thank you so much.
Okay, Kak.
Have a good
Bye.
weekend.
You too.
Bye, everyone.